I'd like to thank you all so much because I know it's been a long day. We have been fed so much good food, so I'm going to try to give you some dessert. Okay, put a little cap on this here. Try to give you some dessert. So, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying that you all are beautiful. And I need you to repeat that after me. Everybody, we could just say, I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
Let's say it again.
I am beautiful.
All right, thank you so much because you are. Everyone here is beautiful. And the reason why I mention that to you because I don't look like what I've been through.
All right. All right.
Nor do I smell like it. Life is not always easy. It's what you do to make the best of it that counts. I have some interesting statistics that, as young women, a lot of times we're not told we're beautiful. Nobody tells us that. The reason why is because we process our hair. We do things, get extra hair. I'm a victim of that as well. So we get the extra hair, we get the extra nails, the extra eyelashes and all that stuff. Because no one tells us that we're beautiful when we're young. And we become victim of that. And so when we get older, we try to transition into what society wants us to be. Not who we want to be, but who society wants us to be. So to cap out of that, I will make you aware that statistically it shows that 90% of all women want to change at least one aspect of their personal demeanor, their personal look. 90% of women. Only 4% of women around the world consider themselves beautiful. 4%. Only 11% of women globally are comfortable using the word beautiful to describe themselves. Wow. 72% of women feel tremendous pressure just to be beautiful. I just shared that with you. We try to go out and get the extra to feel beautiful. 80% of women agree that every woman has something beautiful about her, but they don't see the beauty that is within them. More than half of all women agree that when it comes to how they look, they are their own worst critic. So some of you all can agree with me. Okay? And like I said, we all go through that in life. When I was little, people used to always call me red and yellow, and I used to be very, very thin than I am now. They used to call me bird, and I would, begin to hear those things that they would say, and it would mess with my self-esteem. But someone already mentioned, as I mentioned, we get fed a lot of food here. Greater is He that is in me than he that is in this world. And so as a young child, I grew up with grandparents who nurtured me with spirituality and developed that within me. And so with them developing that within me, I began to know who I was. And it wasn't until I became closer to Christ. And that didn't come into my adult life because I had some fun. I went to HBCU, I think they told you all. And all we did was party. All the time. All we did is party. So it took me a second to really recognize who Nichelle Womack is. At that time I was Womack, but right now I am. And so I'm still trying to grow and nurture into who I am. And so with that being said, are you what's eating you? Insecurities within oneself drives outward dissatisfaction with things, situations, people, circumstances, and even life. Anybody familiar with Maslow? I think they mentioned to you all getting a PhD in psychology, human behavior. And so my study is always talking about how people behave. And that's what I look into. So Maslow describes an insecure person as a person who perceives the world as a threatening jungle. Jungle. Wow. And then from there he says most human beings as dangerous and selfish. And they feel rejected and isolated as people. They're anxious and hostile. And they're generally pessimistic and unhappy. And insecure people show tension and conflict. They tend to turn inward. They're troubled by their guilt feelings and has one disturbance of self-esteem. They tend to be neurotic. And in general, they're selfish and egotistic. Insecure. Come on. Are you what's eating you? Imagine this. And I really like this little part here. Imagine this. you're getting ready to go on a date. Or maybe perhaps you're going out with your girlfriends. And you're going out tonight on the town. You are feeling good from your head to your toes. And so, with that being said, you're also feeling a little sexy and confident. Hair done. Nails done. And I done went to Macy's and bought the finest dress that I can find. Not to mention the beautiful heels that I must wear. Okay? And you walk into a room and all eyes are focused in on you. And you begin to say, what did I do? What did I do? You're looking around like, why are all these people looking at me? And I like to take it a little old school here. The women all hoes. With that being said, every woman has experienced that at least one time in your life. And so it's not that they're just casually taking a notice of a new person that's walking into the room. It's an observation of their competition. Because that's what it is. An observation of their competition. In a matter of seconds, they have mentally written an essay of your shoes, that dress, that hat, that makeup, that handbag that you wear. Come on. They have written an essay about it so they can tell you more about you than you know about yourself. Since you've gotten their attention, what we typically do is give them a little something extra to look at. We may sway hold our head up high, and then we actually kind of flirt with them. Now, I have heard from some of the old heads, and my kids tell me I can become an old head too, but I have heard that women dress for women. That's right. All right. I have heard that. And so, with that being said, we have to take note of this. From head to toe, these women silently pick you apart, and as I mentioned, they're taking notice of anything that is not up to their standards. Okay? Not yours, but theirs. And so after dissecting anybody to biology, after dissecting you with their eyes, at the best you get is a blank stare. They may give you some kind of selfish smirk, and then they may give you a grin. Nothing like a hi, or you look beautiful, or girl, you got it going on. And so just to make sure we are on the same page, the issue is not the fact that they're checking out the new chick that entered the room. It's the judgment that's attached with it. It's the non-verbal communication. And if you know anything about non-verbal communication, it can say more than any words can themselves. Okay, and so that non-verbal communication is, do you really think that you are cute? Or it may say, I know she did wear those shoes with that dress. I got something for you, ladies. How many people married in here? How many? Okay, got a lot of single people. I see you in here. Okay, all right then. Well, men can't stand when we attack everything from another woman's physical attributes to making nasty assumptions about her. They can't stand that. And so if you want, oh man, then don't get that round one that you're trying to get. I don't care if it's your husband, your co-worker, your boy, your brother, or your best friend. Men hate it when women criticize other women. And we should hate it too.
Yes.
When a man hears a woman hating on another woman on any level for any reason, she comes across as petty, insecure, and jealous. Yes. Are you what's eating you? I digress. So in essence, ladies, if you have ever had, or if you have your stuff together, you will be able to smile at a woman that's passing by and say, as I mentioned earlier, you look beautiful. I love your hair. Your eyes are so pretty. Your nails are beautiful. That clothing outfit that you have on is the bomb. We should be able to say that and compliment her and then uplift her for accomplishments. You know, we have a lot of esteem. All these women here, I feel so blessed and fortunate because I've learned so much just sitting here in the midst of them. So they always say that the last, is, what do they call it? The best. Oh, no. We got at the beginning because I was nurturing everything that they gave to me and I digested it in my soul. And everybody knows up there, I was like, go ahead.
Yes.
And so when we think about it again, the truth of the matter is we need to stop assuming that every woman is plotting to get us. Because that's what it boils down to. Everybody is not trying to get your man. Okay? Everybody is not trying to stab you in the back or get you fired on your job, steal your glow. Or everybody is not envious because of your material possessions. That's a figment of your imagination.
Yes.
I understand, we've been hurt. A lot of women take advantage of us and our feelings. They take advantage of us. I understand it because I've been hurt too from people that call themselves my best friend. And then come to find out they were just jealous. They didn't want me to succeed. Why? Because they weren't. Someone mentioned that a little earlier too. People will want you to stay down because that's where they're comfortable. We must escape that mediocrity. We must escape it. I understand that you've been hurt. And so when we stop mistreating others and find a better way to be a friend to people, that's what we need to work on, friendship. What can I do to be a better friend? Sometimes we have to assess ourselves before we criticize somebody else. Assess yourself and see, what can I do to be a better friend to my sister? I promise you it will help. And so when we stop mistreating each other, as I mentioned, we become a better friend. How many people remember Houdini? All right. They had a song, Friends. How many apples one you can depend on. Friends. So I wonder something. One thing I do want to mention to you, can we call everyone we meet a friend? No. We cannot call everyone we meet a friend. And some of the time the reason may be because we are unfriendable. We're unfriendable. And so again, as I mentioned, let's start assessing ourselves and see what we're putting into us, who we're surrounding ourselves with, to see if we're somebody that wants to be our friend. If somebody else wants to be our friend. So that's very important to do. And then also, I want to mention to you that a friend is a lifetime companion, not a moment of convenience. Not a moment of convenience. And so we get friends just because they maybe know somebody that we can get through. Or perhaps maybe they have money that we don't have no money, they want to, we want them to loan or something. Okay. Or maybe, all kinds of things. I mean, we use people for convenience, and that's really not like fair. So would you do unto others as you want them to do unto you? And I always go back to that. And so keep in mind that lifetime companion will be there through thick and thin. Anything. A friend, you can call them up in the middle of the night and say, girl, I got a problem. And that friend will stay on the phone with you until both of you all fall asleep on it. That's a friend. Those convenient people, you don't need them in your lives because they will take advantage of you and you will find yourself worse off than you were before. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Erykah Badu. Anybody know Erykah Badu? Okay. Well, she wrote a song. We should pick our friends like we pick our fruit. Nobody likes a rotten apple. Okay. And so when we're looking for friends, look for people not necessarily that's going to appease what we want them to say to us, but that's going to tell us the truth. Okay. People that are going to tell us the truth. No one likes to hear the truth. Not at all. And so there's nothing worse than a rotten apple, as I mentioned. You deserve friends who support you, laugh with you, comfort you, and even tell you that you are wrong. I challenge myself daily. I challenge myself daily. I mean, I'm not exempt from this. There's no perfection up here. So I challenge myself daily. And when I do that, I say I'm going to smile at every woman I see. All right. I love men, but I'm going to smile at every woman. As I mentioned, I shared that with you earlier. Why? Because I'm trying to bridge that gap that's within myself. And only I can change how I feel and what I do. Therefore, I am comfortable when my man says he wants to go see Beyonce. I'm so comfortable, whoever you want to see, because I'm comfortable because I know he's going home with me. And I know he do everything that he needs. So Beyonce will become a figment of his imagination. woman that there is. You know, and I aspire to be like her because she's wonderful. She has so many things going on. She just got it going on.
That's right.
You know, and so I aspire to be like her. But I don't need to be like either.
All right.
Because who did God made? He gave me abilities and characteristics like none other.
Yes.
Who is better at being me than me?
Yes.
Nobody can beat me than me.
Yes.
And so I'm so very comfortable with these shells. So very comfortable. And I encourage you to get comfortable with you too. Okay? Because you are wonderful. You are beautiful. And that you are that person that you are to be admired of. And I tell you this because, as I mentioned earlier, I love me and I have no shame in saying that. That's not egotistical by any means. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect others to love you?
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
mindset. When we change our mind, we change our life. It's as simple as that. And so it doesn't take anything from me by giving compliments to other women. Not at all. In fact, it gives me power to know that things can be done. Other women have done it. Hey, I can do it too. You know, there's no big eyes and no little U's in God's kingdom. You know, we're all gifted with the same capabilities. How we use them depends on us. And so, are you what's eating you? Whenever I hear a woman, and someone mentioned this earlier too, insist that she can't be friends with another woman, I cringe at that thought. I mean, that's like a sick, deep feeling that just makes you say, ugh, want to throw up. And then when you hear her rationale behind that, and it's something like, women are backstabbers.
What?
Women are always jealous of me and how I look and what I have. I get it. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of us have been hurt by women.
Yes.
You know, a lot of us have been hurt. But this woman has probably been done wrong by more women that she called a friend. And so to make an assumption about our entire gender is unfair. It's really unfair. And I can't help but wonder, if you feel this way about all women, what does that say about you?
Yes.
What does that say about you? You must be unable to form healthy relationships with other women. It may not be the other women, it may be you.
Okay. All right.
Okay? And so we really need to be mindful of that. And then when I look at Oprah Winfrey again, and then I look at Gail, and you know, they've been constantly labeled as lesbians. Because society is not used to seeing two women who have a fondness for one another. They're not used to seeing people that are highly accomplished working with each other, the admiration, the respect, and the support, and each other that these two ladies have done.
Exactly.
I mean, they're always together. So just because you see two women together don't mean they're gay. And you say, oh, that's their choice. Leave them alone.
Yes.
And so as much as I love the company and presence of a man, as I mentioned, the bond of a female, can't nobody do that but another female. Because that's a serious bond there that nobody can take away. The fact that women and a fine man is, the fact that a woman has a fine man and that she's comfortable being single, she has a high-profile job, a two-story home, a Michael Kors bag on her arm, designer clothes and flawless makeup for Mac, and a brand new Range Rover in her job. If another woman is judging her because when she barely walks into the room, making backhanded comments, checking her out to find out if there's something that she can tear her down, or hating on her for no reason at all, she becomes diminished in the process. Okay, so if you're doing that, you become diminished in the process. Majority of the time, when you ask a woman why she doesn't like another sister, she don't even know. And so I've done that before. I said, well, why don't you like her? You should hang with her because I don't like her. Well, that's you, they're not me. Okay, why don't you like her? They never have a reason. Again, look at yourself. It may be you or you what's eating you.
Yes.
And so how do you find out later on that the hater is more about the hater than the hated? Sister Yolanda mentioned earlier today, it's not about you, it's about we and us. Okay? And so are you the hater that's doing the hating? This person perpetuates the stereotype that women hate women, and there's nothing appealing or ladylike about that. Nothing whatsoever. Again, are you what's eating you? It has been quoted, and I believe it to be true, when you know better, you do better.
Yes.
Ladies, I challenge you from this day forward to be mindful about what you say and what you do and who you hang with. It's important because it defines your character. We must celebrate who we are and live up to the expectations that each of us set for ourselves. Greatness lies within you. It's deep within you. Let's bring it to surface.
Amen.
What's unique? What does unique, unbreakable, and unstoppable have in common? Does anybody know? Unique, unbreakable, and unstoppable. Hey, y'all smart. They all begin with the letter U. And in order to create change, that you is where it must begin.
Amen.
And so as I close, I'd like to read a poem by Miss Jim Lemmy entitled, Just As You Are. Destructive thoughts within our mind can keep us in despair. Those doubts and insecurities are not worth the pain that they bear. It's sad to carry baggage that causes grief and shame. And in time, we must come to realize we ourselves are the blame. We can choose our way of thinking and ask God to give us peace. As we pray for a healthy attitude, our negative thoughts will cease. These human hearts are fragile, and sometimes we can't see. It takes some time and effort on our part to find worth and security. Don't let those demons haunt you and keep you in the dark. Just know that God, who formed you, loves you just the way you are. The late great Maya Angelou, and I know we've quoted her so much throughout today, but it goes without purpose that we do not mention her. Because if you read The Phenomenal Woman, and one of our sisters did earlier today, and if you haven't, I encourage you to do so, maybe then you will gauge the phenomenal woman that lies deep within inside of you. Many blessings and much success to all of you.
Thank you.
Or that has been out of work for quite some time. Oh, 2 of you all, okay. Okay, you two. Okay. Who else raised their hands? 3? Okay. Well, I'd like to give you a copy of my book because, as I mentioned, I've been through a lot in my life. I've been up and down, almost in foreclosure. Actually, I was in foreclosure. Lost my job, $150,000 a year job, backwards and forwards, and all kind of things. And I wrote this book in the midst of all of that, just published in January, so I'd like to give it to you all.
That these women have come up and want to give my book author, just want to give and bless. I tell you, this day has truly touched many women about the art of giving, because they don't have to give away books that they have paid for. So they want to bless someone with the things that God has blessed them by. I thank these ladies. Let's give these book authors an applause. Will be on their way probably before the year is out. And so you'll be hearing something soon. I'm just soon because the Lord told me there was some people that still need to be a part of the journey. So I have to, wait until He says it's all right. And I'm looking forward because it's going to be phenomenal. I am so excited. I want to get these last few things up. I want you all to please go back to the vendors, support them. One of my vendors is Cincy. I want you all to make sure y'all stop at her booth. I didn't see nothing but one name sign on her sheet to give email address and phone number where she can reach people, because remember, these business women cannot survive without your support. And whether you're doing it today or tomorrow or next month, I want people to support all of my vendors and definitely give information to them that they can reach you later. You may want to do a Cincy party for her or what have you. Because I realize that some people can't, necessarily support every single vendor. We have 15 vendors back there, but I